Well, let's get to work. These Home Depot drum sanders are pretty simple, straightforward machines to use. If you've never used one before, the main thing you have to worry about with the technique is always make sure that the machine is moving before you engage the sandpaper on the drum. Same thing, you keep that down all the way, pull it back before you stop, and then move yourself backwards, engage the sandpaper while you're still moving, and before you get to the end, lift it up and then stop. If you fail to lift it up before you stop, you're going to get a big gouge mark on the floor, so that's what we want to avoid. I did this about a year ago in the shed, and the finished product turned out really nice. So today, plan is to do the same exact thing in here. If you're looking to get one of these from Home Depot, you can get it for either the 4-hour block or for a full day or longer. I chose to get it for 24 hours. It's going to run me about $70. So depending on your area, it might be around there, give or take. But I'm going to plan on doing a few passes in here. I'm going to go a little bit at an angle on the first pass, and then after I get done with that, which is 36 grit, then I'm going to go parallel with the grain. And it should turn out pretty nice. So I'm going to get started. I haven't filmed everything that I've done on this project, but you saw me sand the floor. I didn't really go into the edging, but I did rent the second sander that was just for edging and got everything edged. You saw me stain the floor. Today I'm going to seal the floor with Bona Mega One.
Bona Mega One dries to the touch in 2 to 3 hours. Within the first 24 hours, you can gently walk on it. Recommended you give it at least 2 or 3 days before you bring any furniture or things like that in. It reaches a full 100% cure time after 5 days. So any rugs or other big items that need to go into the room is recommended after 5 days. That's your overview of the product. Application super easy. Just dump a little bit on the floor, use the applicator to flatten it out, and then walk away, let it dry, and you're done. Optional sanding can be done between coats too if you want a smoother finish. The only thing with that is if you choose not to sand, you have to put your second coat on within 48 hours. So if you need 2 coats and you're not planning on sanding, in other words, do them quickly. Do them back to back, give it 1 day and then do the second coat. It's been a big project in this room. And you're looking right now at the newly finished floor. As of yesterday, I got it done. So it's still, I only want to walk on it in socks. Definitely don't want to come up here in shoes. Don't want to move in any furniture yet. But I just wanted to talk about the product that I used to finish the floor. So first off, I rented the drum sander from Home Depot. and the edger sander, and I took the floor through a series of grits. 36 grit, I made a pass there, and then went up to 60 grit, 80 grit. I skipped the 100, so I went from 80 to 120. I could have gotten a little bit more detailed with it, but what you see left where there's some little blemishes and things in the floor, that's just where the stains were really deep. So I didn't want to chase after it too far. But I got it to that point, got it all sanded, went around it with the edger, and then cleaned it up, used a tack cloth, vacuumed it really well, and then took the just a natural stain. So this is a natural stain on a Douglas fir floor. Makes it look pretty red, I would say, reddish orange, but it brings out, like on that board there, you can really see the light spots. So it brings out all the natural characters. It doesn't mask any of the natural qualities of the wood like I feel some darker brown stains do. But anyway, I finished the floor with Bona Mega One. I've used Bona products in the past. I've used the Bona Pacific filler on my floor out in the shed, and then I finished it with Bona Traffic HD. Now that was a little bit more involved in this floor because I did trowel the entire thing with the Bona Pacific filler. On this floor I opted not to do that because overall it was in a lot better shape. Mainly the seams between each tiny group board weren't missing a lot of wood, whereas in the shed that was such a worn out floor, they had taken a lot of weather and a lot of exposure to the elements over a long period of time. So this floor looked really pristine compared to that. So I just rented the sander once, did all my sanding passes at once rather than wood filling in between and waiting. And then Bona Mega One is probably their most popular floor finish. I was going to do this in a traditional polyurethane, but I went to the Home Depot and I bought a can of polyurethane thinking, oh, that might be a good one, I'll try it. Because I was in a time crunch, I wanted to get going. You have to order Bona online, at least where I'm at. I don't know any suppliers. So I got my finish from Home Depot, and then I got home and I got the floor sanded and everything, and then realized that I read some reviews about it online and it did not look good. There were a lot of people having cracking between coats. So I went back to Bona. Bona Mega One seemed like the best option besides Bona Traffic HD. And this is about half the price of Bona Traffic HD. The cool thing about it though is that you can actually use both of them together. If I wanted to make this floor even more durable, as it is right now with 2 coats of Bona Mega One, I could add a layer of Bona Traffic HD and just make an even more robust floor. If you're thinking you're gonna have a lot of, again, just a high traffic area, or you're gonna have pets that are gonna be scratching up the floor, the Bona Traffic HD would probably be the way to go. On this one though, I'm gonna just see how it is, and I'll kind of have the 2 different floors to compare. The Bona Traffic HD looks just like it did when I put it down, so I'm impressed with it. I would do that again, but we'll be able to compare to this, and we have one more area in the house at least that needs to get finished, and that's the stairs. So anyway, as far as application goes on this, it's super easy. You pour a little bit on the floor, and then you can use a roller, you can use a brush, or you can use one of these foam applicators. That's what I did. I like using these, they're easy. And you really can't mess it up. You can, but it's easy to do a pretty good job on it. So anyway, that's a little bit about what I did, and I'll just let some of the video play. And thanks for watching this. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer. I'm definitely not a professional when it comes to floors, but floors, probably more than anything, bring a room to life, except for maybe the trim. That's the only thing missing. I have ordered original replica casings for the doors and the baseboards and the top caps in here, so that's gonna be really cool. In a couple weeks, those should get installed, but we're on a crunch to get the floor done so we can actually start using this room soon. Anyway, leave a comment down below and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, and thanks for watching.